Good morning, good morning. How is everyone this morning? Happy Friday. Well, it looks like the new contract is starting to build a little bit of volume. It still hasn't overtaken the old one. So here's the new contracts traded about 26,000. The old one's 81,000. So I'm still on the old contract. I will do the rollover for Monday. I will run the charts, have new balance levels and everything. The larger levels like 73.91, those aren't going to change, right? So the new contract is trading, yeah, about 60 points higher. Okay, so it's trading 74.51, which is right around here. Okay, so we'll see how that shakes out. And tonight, what do we got tonight? What's going on here? We have our overnight inventory, and it's long and it's correcting now. It is actually corrected. The overnight low is just being put in. We're looking for acceptance or rejection, 73.91 and a quarter. Yesterday, once again, we experienced another one of the famous short squeezes, and trapped people short underneath 73.80. So let's see where the bid is when London comes in. Once again, this market is one of those markets where, we've been warning you guys for, well, months now. I've been warning you. So that those big candles, right? When you look at the 1 minute chart, you can go and see, look here, this area right here underneath 73.20. That's where everyone stopped. That's where they're trapped short. They were all shorting this area. Then they added to it when it spiked here. So when we come back down to this 73.82 area, you're going to be looking for bids somewhere in here. If you just look at a 1 minute chart, you can see this is a bit of a balance zone too. This is where we launched and we distributed all night. Now we're coming back down, you see? So let's see where this thing ends up on the downside tonight. These markets are pretty challenging. You are going to really have to. The thing is, you really, really want to be trading only at the edge, especially in the middle of the day. Now, nighttime, there's less tweeting and stuff going on, so you're you're a little bit safer at night in a Globex market. Do you guys know what I mean? Do you know what I'm talking about? Right? Because if there's nobody who's awake to set policy, you can pretty much trade in peace. That's what I really like about Globex, right? RTH, you're going to get these wild moves, and they're not going away, right? The moves that you see that have been going on, the big red candles, the big green candles, oh, the war is over now, it's not over, oh, it's over now, oh, who knows? All that stuff, it's going to drive you nuts. And you are going to, if you try and trade these big moves, right? We had some idiot on yesterday going, oh, yeah, you're missing the moves. Yeah, yeah, like you're getting them too when they happen in 30 seconds, right? Don't try and trade the big moves, okay? Don't be a sucker. That's for suckers, right? trying to trade big moves and catch candles and all that, that's for degenerate gamblers, right? Those are people, who are doing it and they're doing it for glory and they're not making any money. Trade your setup, okay? Trade your setup. Don't get suckered into, oh, I could have made 40 points or I could have made 100, Don't get suckered into that. Be a professional, and just stay on course because things are going to get, as we go through the summer, these markets are going to get more and more illiquid. And what that means is thin, right? So when you look at an order book for a market, it's going to be much thinner than it usually is, which means if somebody drops a size order in it, let's hope you're not in a position and you're not offside because it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt a lot. Okay? That's why I'm always on you guys to only trade at your edge. Okay? So right now, overnight inventory is moving down. We'll go look for bids. Right, we're through that area of single prints. Let's see where the market finds a bid. We could drop all the way down to 73.73. So if you are one of these buy the dip traders, right now you don't want to be trying to buy anything. You get what I'm saying? Does that make sense? All right. This is the exact kind of situation where people lose all their money because they're trying to find a bottom in a market. And the market's telling you right now the bottom is not, it's not clear, right? So just leave it alone. Now, when I say this, does this make sense or does this make you angry? I've come up with a little mental exercise for traders, a little real-time practical trading psychology, right? So if I tell you to just not do anything, right? Those of you who get tilted by that, those of you who get angry by that or go, oh, I mean, it's 8 o'clock in the morning now. Come on, JJ, I got, 25 minutes before I have to get ready and go to work. I need to make some money. If that's what's going through your head right now, don't trade, right? That kind of mindset. You have to catch that. And we all have that, right? A lot of people say, oh, now this is not a good time, right? It's like talking to a sales prospect and the prospect goes, oh, he's wasted your time for half an hour. And then they say, oh, I don't have the money to buy the product, right? You're like, geez, right? If that's your reaction, especially in a tactical place like a market, get the hell out, right? You have to self-police yourself. If you start getting frustrated because you haven't made any money this morning, that is a sure sign that you are ready to lose all your money, right? Right? Looking for the reaction at 82 and a quarter. I've just drawn these balance zones. I want to see if they work, right? You have to self-police yourself, right? I sound like Austin Powers. You have to self-police because you don't have a boss, right? There you go. Thanks, George. Thanks for being honest because everybody has those reactions, right? If you find yourself reacting that way, right? Do yourself a favor and shut it down and get the hell away from the screen because you don't know how to manage your emotions in the business yet. Don't try and fight through it in front of the screen where you have the capability of turning off your SIM account, going to live and blowing up your account, right? It's always going to cost you because you lose perspective, right? As soon as you lose perspective, man, it's going to cost you a lot of money, right? When I was trading it against other people and stuff like that, I would do things in the market to make them angry, right? If I had a seller, I would tease the seller. I would screw around with the seller, right? If somebody was short and they had to buy it back, I would mess with them. They would screw up, and it would always be to my advantage, right? If your enemy is angry, taunt them, get them more angrier. They will lose their shit, and you will be able to screw with them like you wouldn't believe, right? You all have to learn how to do that and police yourself, right? Because as soon as you start getting tilted, as soon as you feel that you're getting angry, get the hell away from the computer, right? And don't take your phone with you. Just get up and walk. This is practical trading psychology. There is no use going and doing, worksheets and trading psychology after you've blown up your account, after you've lost your home, right? There's no use of trading psychology, right? After you blow up accounts, trading psychology is the last thing you need. After you blow up your accounts, what you need to do is you need to go get a job and work and make your money back because you're not going to do it in the market, right? Let's use trading psychology before you lose all your money. So if, like, for some reason, JJ is going, oh, wait. And you're like, Jesus Christ, JJ, frickin', I've been sitting here for 2 hours and now you're telling me to wait. That is a sign. That is like the low oil warning light on your car. Serenity now. Exactly, right? Yeah, let's use trading psychology intelligently. Let's use it before we lose all our money. Sound good? Or do you guys like blowing up accounts and losing money? Right. And then paying some trading psychologist for some course, right? Some are starting when? When does illiquidity? It's already started, my friend. And welcome to the stream. Now let's see what London does. We know there's going to be a seller just at 73.90. What I'd like to see is some sideways action here and for that POC to move down, right? Which means absorption, right? So there's no news today. We had a short squeeze yesterday. Where did I get my balance? It's a little weird. I don't know if I got the right balance zone. I was just using this, Marcus. Boom, boom, boom. You know, we'll see. We'll see. You probably have a better one. Don't worry. You don't have to have the same zone as me. The markets are already liquid. How do you tell the markets are liquid? Because we have 200-point ranges. A liquid market will not have a 200-point range. It's that simple. If a market's liquid, that means you can buy and sell 5,000, 10,000 contracts at a clip. You can go and sell it and it'll take it. If you go and put in a 5,000 contract sell order here now, you're going to drop the market like 50 points. It'll just boom. That is illiquid. Liquidity, right, is the ability to transact size without adversely affecting price. That is what liquidity means. In a stock, it means can I buy and sell 1 million shares and not move the price that much? That is a liquid market, right? In the ES, can I come in with 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 contracts? Will the market take it and stay, or will it drop like a stone? Ah, right. These markets are illiquid. If they were liquid, we would not have 200 point days. We wouldn't have 140 point days, right? We'd have much smaller ranges. The more liquid a market, the smaller the ranges because you can transact size. The range of a market or a stock tells you that size is affecting price or not affecting price. Do you guys understand that? Does that make sense? See, we're just watching here to see where the bottom is. I don't know if that low is going to hold. I would love the market to go under 82 and a quarter and come back up. But right now, let's see. Just give it some time, you know? Right? Automatically, if you find yourself getting annoyed, if you find yourself getting frustrated, if you find yourself having a fear reaction like, oh my God, I haven't made any money this month, get up and walk away, right? Don't let that feeling eat away at you because it's going to affect your judgment. Let's see if 82 and let's see if these levels are any good. That's what I'm doing right now. I just drew these levels about 10 minutes ago, right? 10, 15 minutes ago. So I have no idea whether they're going to work or not, right? And I do the same routine every morning. Just like, I'm a baker. I come in, I turn on the ovens, I take the bread out of the thing, I do this, I turn on the lights. You do the same routine all the time. You got your 80 there, Cisco. Beautiful, right? Hit that standard deviation at 80. Now let's see if we get any kind of lift over 82 and a quarter. If not, let them keep selling, right? The problem is yesterday, the market moved up dramatically, right? In L period, right? Dramatically moved up. That's a short squeeze, right? At nighttime, the market is now allowing those people who got short, who got trapped underneath 87, it's allowing them to come in and cover. You see? So Cisco shorted the fact that overnight inventory was long, right? And he took the short down, which he's trading with the business. Had I been up a couple hours earlier, I kind of slept in, and I would have been short too. It's a beautiful short. Now let's see if we find a bottom somewhere here, right? I'm looking at 82 and a quarter to see whether or not it works. You can see that the sellers have moved lower, right? The seller was here, right? Now, if you're looking for a long and you want to do the 82 and a quarter long, what you want to do is you want to wait for the next candle. See how it teased you? It popped over, and if you had jumped in and bought it now, you'd be getting stopped out, right? You guys with me? That's how they get you when you jump in too quick. Then the trade works later, right? Everybody's been there. Watch, this candle's opening now. You know that there is a seller here now, so go and mark it. So there's no long yet. Do you see that? It's simple. See how simple it is? There's no fail. There's no reason to go long yet because the sellers have moved from 85 and a half down to 83. Now they're selling the 82s. Now they're selling the 81s. So there is no reason for you to go and try and buy 82. This is the most simple way of learning. See, look, as soon as it gets to 82 and a quarter, it gets knocked down, right? That means there's an aggressive seller at 82 and a quarter. Let them sell it. You do not need to be involved in this process. This is for large traders who are trying to buy back or deal with size. That is not you. Let them do so, right? See, now it's poking its head above 82. See, the seller's still there, right? You don't need any special software. All you need is to be able to focus. All you need to do is to be able to focus. Now let's see if we take out that 83. See, look, it came right to 83, stopped, and moved down. Right? Just watch that 1 minute candle and it will save your life. All you've got to do is pay attention. Learn how to focus on small little details that everybody misses. Nobody else sees this. Only old farts like me see this. So if it goes over 83 and sticks and you buy it, right? Where are you going to put your sell orders, right? So say the look below and fail starts to work, right? See, right now there's no point buying it. Wait till it clears 83. Wait till it clears 83 and sticks, and then you know that up at 85 and a quarter you're going to be a seller. And then at 87, right? Just be a little patient. It's going to feel like you're taking the trade late. And if you want, you can get in there a little early now, right? And get stopped out, right? Just so you feel what it's like, what I'm talking about. See how it went over and it hasn't stuck? Just wait. Just wait. Watch the offer. Watch this red line and watch that white line and then watch the top of that candle. Don't worry if it's a wick or a twick or a Wix or whatever the hell you guys talk about. The top of the candle is where the sellers come in. The bottom of the candle is where they stop selling. That's all you need to know. Okay? And if you do end up buying 83, 83 and a half, put your sell orders out immediately. Because when the market runs, see, I'm long 83 and a quarter, I'm out at 84 and a quarter on one, and I'm out 84 and a half on the other. Simple. I told you that trade. I told you how to wait for that trade. You just saw it happen, right? You better be out of it here because they're going to sell into it up here at 85 and a half. If we clear 86, 85 and a half, 86, you'll be looking for just under 87. Does everybody understand the mechanics of that trade and why we waited? Does that make sense? Please ask questions now. This is very important. This mechanic, these mechanics are exactly what you need. You were not wrong, Moran. You're just early. That's okay. There's 86. But you knew there was going to be sellers at 85 quarter. If those 85 and a quarter sellers see bids, they'll lift. They did just for 2 seconds, right? This is the look below and fail. Exactly, Marcus. Exactly. Exactly. You sit and you wait for that trade. That's why we sat and we waited while I lectured you guys about trading psychology. Do you see why I was like just prattling on about trading psychology? To distract you guys from trying to buy this, right? That's why I was going on and yeah, don't trading psychology, blah 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 blah. Oh, there's the trade. See? Would you take the trade? Would you trade the look above and fail? No, you know why? Italian trader, because we're at the edge of cost basis, brother. This is 2 times discount. So there's more likely to be buying at the edge of a discount zone than selling. I'd be looking for a look above and fail of 96, right? You want to be doing the short at the top, not the bottom. And this is why I do these cost basis zones, because you want to be doing the buying where the discount is and the selling where it's too expensive. Make sense? Now, that wasn't the greatest trade in the world, but what I wanted to do is I wanted to demonstrate the mechanics of the trade, demonstrate the mechanics of waiting, demonstrate the mechanics of using the chart to tell you where the sellers were, so you know you could trade intelligently, right? And you had to be quick, and it was only a point, right? A point, maybe a point and a half. So you have to decide, am I quick enough to make money in a very short period of time? If you're not, then just keep practicing on the sim. This kind of trading, what's going on right now in this business, I'm pretty much the only trading instructor that's going to teach you how to trade these markets, and you'll actually be able to make money. If you try and trade these markets in a traditional fashion, this is a wartime market. Okay? You know the term Italian trader, wartime consigliere, right? That's me. Okay? This is a wartime market. You're going to have to adapt and trade it differently than in regular markets we can snooze, right? It's from The Godfather, right? In these markets you can't snooze. If you hadn't sold your position and you'd be hoping for 73.89, right now you'd be sucking wind because you didn't sell it. Putting your stop at break even is the dumbest thing in the world, because what's the point of doing business, right? So now the market's selling off again. You didn't know that it was going to, but now let it look for the bid, right? Let them do their thing, right? I would not worry about shorting, right? Right now. Let the large traders work this area out, because right now you don't know where the bid's going to come in. It might be 73. It might be down here at 58. We don't know, right? There's a lot of times in business where you don't have the skill or the capital to do that kind of business. So if you don't know what you're doing, don't short, right? Because shorting requires a skill set that you don't have. Why? Because you haven't developed the skill set of going long and understanding the point of competition. So if you don't understand how sellers compete, because you haven't been a seller for that long, then you shouldn't be shorting, because you're going to get just reamed. Okay? And don't get all, oh, well, I'm missing opportunity. No, you didn't have the skill to take advantage of that opportunity. It's like me going, oh, I could, they're doing 3 heart surgeries at Aintree Hospital today, and I'm not the surgeon, so I'm missing out on all that money. Do you know how to do surgery, JJ? No, right? Right? You know, right? Oh, I didn't know you were a cardiothoracic surgeon. I'm not, but I know that they're doing 3 surgeries, and I could do 2 of them and pay off my mortgage. You see how ridiculous that sounds? But people don't view as trading as a skill, and that's how they get into trouble. Because they don't look at trading as a skill. They look at it as like a game of chance, or they use all these stupid things like game theory and all this nonsense. It's just a skill. It's a skill in commerce, right? So for me to go, oh, they're doing brain surgery at the hospital today, and the surgeon's getting paid 25 grand for the surgery, I'm missing out. I should be doing that surgery. Did you go to med school? No. Did you take basic human anatomy? Yeah, but I failed it. Do you guys see how ridiculous that sounds? You're not missing out because you didn't have the skill to do it in the first place. I know that sounds really mean and rude, but it's the truth. And if you don't hear the truth from me, you're going to be delusional. And being delusional means you're going to lose a ton of money, right? You cannot be delusional in finance, right? You'll lose your ass. Just because you see a big move, because you see a big candle, doesn't mean you have the skill to take advantage of it. Yeah, I mean, it will because what happens is smart people come in the market. They're not used to being wrong. They think, oh, this is a cakewalk, right? Okay, Moran, that's very good. You know, that's, so you have to not be delusional, right? You see these trading rooms and these people, oh, there's a 40-point move, you should have caught it. Really? I should have also starred in the new Tom Cruise movie. Like, get real, right? You know? Yeah, this market, we all go through the same spanking machine. I've been through the same spanking machine as you have, and it's when I started retail trading, I had a big ego. People pay me a lot of money for my advice, and I couldn't make any money. You eat humble pie really quick. Really, really, really quick. Don't worry though, it's a skill and you can build your skill, right? That's the good part. The good part is that you can build your skill. Too short effectively, you would have had to seen that there's a seller here and act very quick. And you wouldn't have known where to put your bid. So had you been selling 82, you don't have a frame of reference here. There's nothing to look at over here. So you just have to chance it and put bids in. That's not an A plus setup, right? An A plus setup is right? I want you to take a look at these. Look at this. Seller, seller. They're selling into the pops, right? They're distributing inventory. Where's the point of control from yesterday, right? It's down here. The cost basis, my friends, the inventory from yesterday is priced under 7,300. We're 80 points higher. Large traders can sell it all the way down, right? Don't participate in this. Wait for the look below and fail here or the look below and fail at the bottom of this zone here at 53. Don't screw around in here, okay? You're going to have sellers at 82. So that trade that Cisco took, he took one long at 75 something. He should be out by now. 5 points, one contract, beautiful, right? Simple. It's a simple business. It's not easy, but it's simple. Okay? If it cracks, why? Because there's a standard deviation here. They're going to sell into it, right? It reminds me of that movie, The Whole 10 Yards. You know, the old man keeps going, piece of pie. And he goes, and every time his son corrects him, he goes, no, it's piece of cake. And every time the son corrects him, he gets slapped. There you go, right? There's your seller if you were long, right? Wait till it reclaims and takes out that seller. Okay? Right? So if you were a size trader, you would have gotten rid of a lot of inventory up here tonight. And now you're selling it down, you're putting it on sale, right? And who are your customers? Who are the buyers? The shorts who got trapped yesterday. Those are your buyers. Okay? So as soon as they see any kind of desperate selling, they're going to drop their bids. That's what you got to watch out for. That's why you sell into strength. You have to understand what the hell's going on in the market that you're trading. If you don't, it's going to end up costing you a lot of money and all your hairs are going to fall out in the sink. Okay? Take it easy. Learn how to do this. We'll teach you. Oh, how do I do that? When you use anchored VWAP, Ian, could you help her with that? Because I can't remember how I did it. Sorry, Moran. Ian's much better. Ian's a technical guy. If you guys DM each other, he has replaced LC as our go-to technical guy because LC's, I don't know, he's doing busy hacking stuff or anti-hacking. So that's why he's not in the room much more because he's in one of those skiffs and he's not allowed to be on the internet. So Ian has graciously decided to help us, which is really, we're thankful. Yeah, I just have the standard deviation numbers on the chart. I don't actually have the lines because it's just too much stuff on the chart for me. I think we'll go sideways here for a little bit. The overnight point of control is what? It's 1,631 contracts. Let's see if we can move that down here. Right now we don't have, I don't think, anything even near 900. There's a 500, 500. Let's see if we can move that down. Maybe a little bit more liquidation. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Yeah, exactly. We might leave some singles here, right? We've got supply at 82, 83, right? You can see they're selling 82, 82 and a quarter. The candles are getting what? They're getting smaller. Business is slowing down. There's no news today, is there? Right? So is there, I didn't look at my email this morning. Do we have elevated margin? I don't think we do we? Oh no, wait a minute. No. So it's just regular margins. It's just a slow day in 7-Eleven here, right? Okay, my friends. Now, folks who are listening on YouTube, I want to thank you for listening, and I would invite you to come into our room at the Trading Syndicate and learn how to do this, right? If you want to make money, if you want to like make money in a peaceful, common sense manner, come into our trading room. We'll teach you, okay? And we'll make sure that you don't fall into all these traps, right? It's very common to fall into these traps. Don't worry, we got you, right? We got you. We will train you how to make money, right? We will train you on the skill that you need to make money. It's that simple. And we'll do it with no BS. There's going to be no, oh, it's an art, not a science, all that crap, none of that, right? Right? This is the reason for the trade. This is why you're taking the trade, right? Have a great morning. Stay out of trouble. If you need me, I'm around. I'll be gone for about, oh, I don't know. I've got to go get in my 10,000 steps or my girlfriend's going to have my ass. So I'll be out, but I'll be back soon. Okay. I just got to get on the treadmill. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. Thanks, everyone. For those of you who aren't joining us at in the afternoon, Cisco, get some sleep, okay? Get some sleep. Hey, Attila, you guys get some sleep. You're going to need it for RTH, okay? We will see you at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Thanks, Badir. See you guys soon. Stay out of trouble. Don't take candy from strange market makers, and we will see you in a little bit. This week went quick. Man, it went quick. Go to sleep, Cisco. Do I have to call your wife? Get her to drag you out of the office by your ear? All right, folks. We'll see you in a little bit. Thank you. Bye for now.